I started this channel whilst working full-time and being a single dad to 2 kids. I tried to make the best videos that I could, but it was taking so much time, energy and mental capacity that I wasn't sure that I could keep on going. But there was this nagging idea in my head, this really straightforward and easy question. What if this was simple? What if I could create content without the stress and without spending hours on every single upload? So in this video, I'm going to break down the stages and the steps that I've gone through to simplify my content creation process, which has enabled me to keep going to grow my channel without neglecting my other responsibilities. Number 1, use templates and presets. Think about it. Every time that you sit down to make a video, you need to think about the hook, the video structure, the look and feel you're going for in an edit, and your thumbnail design. You need to make 4 or 5 big decisions before you even start recording the video. I mean, no wonder it feels so overwhelming. So now I have a few different script templates. Each one has a basic outline, and now depending on the content, I just need to tailor it for each individual video. This means that I'm never starting from a completely blank page. I just drop my idea into the template and I've already got a bit of a head start. Editing presets and favorites can also save you a bunch of time. In most editing software, you can favorite captions, transitions, effects, and animations. You can also save combinations of these with audio and text to create presets. So instead of rebuilding your style every single time, you just drag and drop. And this is really one of the main things that's helped me cut my editing time from around 6 hours to approximately 2 hours for every video. Presets also help to give your content a consistent look and feel, which helps your videos to be instantly recognizable to your audience. I now also use the same basic template for my thumbnails. I just switch out the image and the text to suit the video. Think about all the times that you record the same line over and over again until you get it just right. I've been there. The problem is that chasing perfection is not progress. You don't get views for videos that you almost post. You don't get an award for the correct pronunciation or for a perfectly timed jump cut. That video only really teaches you something after you hit publish. Momentum only builds after the upload, not before. Only when you post that imperfect video can you start to get feedback. Only then can you see what works and what doesn't. And most importantly, only then can you really see what you can improve for next time. I'd really love to say, guys, forget about perfection because it just doesn't matter. It's not something you're ever going to achieve. But I know for some of you, you just can't. So for you, I'm going to say that perfection comes from iteration, not from hesitation. Action comes first and then improvement. Are there times when perfection matters? Sure, for a surgeon, an engineer, or a mathematician. But for a content creator, for a video where only a certain percentage of your subs are going to actually see it? Nah, it doesn't have to be flawless, but it does have to be finished. Because finishing builds skills, confidence, and consistency. And all of those matter so much more than perfection. So how do you get yourself out of this cycle of chasing perfect? One of the things that's really helped me has been to schedule each part of the content creation process. I have a set amount of time each week to complete each task. When that time's up, I move on to the next piece. Simple as that. When the time's up, I ship it. The other thing has been really intentional on understanding on what is good enough. I aim for good enough first, and if there's time left, I then try to improve it. And finally, remember that this is a process. This is an infinite game. There's no end point. There's always going to be another video. There's always going to be that next upload that I can improve. Number 3, break down your goals. Now look, I am a big believer in setting big goals. I think goals should be challenging and exciting. The problem is though, looking at a big goal can be overwhelming. It can be hard to know where to start. And this often creates resistance to even starting in the first place because you're not sure what that first step should be. Breaking your goals down into much smaller, actionable steps can help break through that resistance. It makes the goal seem more achievable. Every small win builds momentum and belief that you can actually achieve this. It makes the goal seem more achievable, and every small win builds momentum and belief that you can actually do this. As an example, if you want to hit 1,000 subscribers, that's absolutely amazing. But first focus on what you need to do this week in order to hit your first 10 subs. Once you've broken down your goal into smaller steps, keep a track of them on a checklist or a spreadsheet. The key is visibility. You want to be able to see your progress no matter how big or small. Every check mark, every completed step is a win. And these wins are going to combine together to build the motivation you need to keep going. 4. Use simple systems and routines. Most successful content creators are not just talented, they're consistent over the long haul. And consistency comes from routines, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes over time, but a system keeps you going even when you don't feel like it. Systems also help to reduce decision fatigue. You already know what you're going to be doing instead of having to figure it out. A system doesn't even have to be complicated. It could be something really simple. Content planning, 1 video a week to brainstorm video ideas. Batch filming, multiple videos filmed in one session. Editing workflow, using the same folder structure and naming system. Working through tasks in the same order and working on the same tasks for multiple videos in one session. It makes it easy for me because I know Sunday afternoons are for batch filming. Monday and Tuesday evenings are for editing. I don't have to worry about when I'm going to do things because they're already in the diary. Number 5, just make do. Become a master of doing what you can with what you have. Use the camera on your phone. I started out using natural light. To this very day, I still use a shoebox as my tripod. Alexis Serenoya has said many times that she grew to thousands of subs just using the webcam on her laptop. Content creation is about ideas, storytelling and connection. It's not about gear. A great story or interesting insight is going to outperform a shallow but perfectly lit video every single time. Focus on what you can do and not what you don't have. Also make do with the time that you have. Don't sacrifice things that are more important for you to make content. Make do with your current level of skill. Of course, there's nothing wrong with pushing yourself to be better, but if you just can't create your idea, make the idea more simple and make that, instead of not making anything at all. Number 6, look for help. Now this whole YouTube thing can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Help is everywhere. You just have to know where to look for it. YouTube itself is a goldmine. There's videos on how to create content, everything in the process, from audio to lighting and editing. And whilst yes, you can learn so much from watching videos, you're actually only really going to start learning when you actually start creating. There are online groups on Reddit, Discord and Facebook where you can learn from other creators. And there are online communities like mine on School where you can ask questions, get feedback and learn from others who are in the same boat as you are. The link is in the description below. Now, one of the biggest advantages of communities like mine is that you get to know other creators who are sharing the same frustrations that you have and who really understand what it's like to be a small YouTuber. Now, help doesn't always mean a person. There have been lots of times where I've had really productive conversations with Uncle GPT, asking for advice and information or even to troubleshoot technical difficulties. I guess what I'm saying is use the resources that you have at your disposal to get the help that you need. So what say you? What are the things that you've done to make your content creation process more simple? Let me know in the comments below. Being part of an online community can be huge when you need help, but it can also help you to feel less alone. Check out this video next with the different types of online community and why it's so important to join one. I'll catch you next time.